but based on an external force programming me, I believe that I wasn't. And so you have to be amazingly mindful of external programming in your life. And, you know, the law of association is so true. If you take your 5 best friends and you average the amount of money that they have in their bank account, that is almost to the dollar how much you have in your bank account. You know, you are who you hang around with. You know, my friend and mentor, Les Brown, he says it best. He said, if you hang around with 9 broke friends, guess what? You're the 10th. So you have to be mindful. And if you've got external forces that are negatively programming you, that are saying negative things, then listen to me when I say this. You deserve to be treated the way that you allow yourself to be treated.
Exactly.
I'm going to say it again. You deserve to be treated the way that you allow your...
Let me tell us, see this. This is very, 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 very important that we understand that. You deserve to be treated the way you allow yourself to be treated. For sure. I've seen a lot of people be in an environment where they are put down, they are being talked down, they are being made to operate below their potential. For me, that's a very, very sickly environment. One of the things I've found out in life is that you can actually control your environment. I do that a lot. Everybody has the right to control their environment. And the question is this: would you take up the courage to control your environment? All of you listening to me today, you are all products of your environment. Why? Because our environment, in one way or the other, programs our mind. And being conscious of this is the first step to truly having freedom. I'm telling you, that's, for me, is the starting point of true freedom. Seriously. There is something you must know about mind programming. When you don't program your mind with what you want, then what you don't want will automatically take over your mind. I will say it again. When you don't consciously program your mind with what you want, then what you don't want will what? Automatically take over. I want us to listen to that again, because the truth is this: when people disrespect you, it's because you allowed yourself to be disrespected. Do not complain when people disrespect you and then you allow it. Yes, don't complain. So you deserve to be treated the way you want to be treated. Very important.
For saying negative things, then listen to me when I say this. You deserve to be treated the way that you allow yourself to be treated.
Simple. I said it all.
I'm going to say,
you deserve to be treated the way you allow yourself to be treated. You allow yourself to be treated with disrespect, don't complain. One of the best trainings I've ever received in my life was from Tony Robbins. He said, for whatever level of achievement you have to get to in life, you must raise your standards. I think I've played that video for us before. You must always and constantly raise your standards. You have to constantly raise your standard. You want a higher life, you raise your standard. The environment will always be in a place where they don't like change. Everybody doesn't like change. So when you have something new you are working on, when you've raised your mindset, when you've raised the mentality of your mind, your psyche, to a whole new level, to be able to attract or to achieve certain level of results, let me tell you the raw fact here. Just expect serious battle from people. And it's people you know that will fight you the most. That's one of the best trainings I've ever had in my life. Constantly raise your standard. What do you expect from your environment? So I've seen people that come up and they tell me, hey, my wife did not allow me to do this. My husband did not allow me to do this. Hey, my mother, my father. I just look at them and I laugh. I say, let me tell you the truth. You will not achieve your potential. Should you listen to them? Obviously. Yeah. They are very important personalities. No. You don't give up family. You don't give up important relationships in your life. You don't. Beautiful. But let me tell you the truth. Anytime you raise your standard, people will not be willing by default to raise their standards with you. Because humans by default don't like change. We want people to be in the same level with us. Come on. You're my friend. By default, I want us to keep hanging out. I want us to keep talking the little things we talk about. I don't have much friends because I don't like talking small money. Some people, 100,000, 1 million naira is big money to them. Me, I'm thinking about how to make 500 million in the next 7 years. And I'm thinking about how my net worth can be up to $2 million in the next 15 years. That's what I'm thinking. I'm planning, I'm studying, I'm researching. Yesterday, I played investment training videos as in for hours. I've been listening to watching trainings on investments, and I'm telling you because I need to build wealth. You sit down with someone and you're talking about how to make $1 million. The person is thinking that you've gone cocoa. You know why? Because both of you at that point in time, maybe you're earning a couple of thousands, 200,000, 500,000 naira. You are still on the same level based on results. Now you are thinking higher. Now you are aiming higher. The person thinks that you are thinking too much. The person may even, some people may even, I've seen some people that even tell me, they said I'm proud. I think you shared that with me. They will even tell you you are proud. You are not being proud. Just because you've raised your standards, you must be very conscious of external programming. And it comes mainly from people that you know so well. That's why it's so painful. So painful. So I've seen husbands, they were brought down, men that were brought down just because they were husbands. I'm not saying you should go ahead and be fighting with your family. And no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But you must have to, at every given point in your life, ask yourself, is this where I want to be? Is this the kind of life I want to create for myself, for my family? And if that is not so, in one way or the other, you must just have to raise your standards. You have to dialogue your way out of it. I'm telling you, if you don't do that, you will live a life of regret. There's nothing as bad as living a life of regret. I'm not too old, but God blessed me with 2 men. They are elderly, they are gone today. They are dead today. And blessed memory of Daddy Yeguatu and Daddy Mweke, Engineer Mweke, as in they are so instrumental to my upbringing. These 2 men told me one thing I will never forget. One of them is an entrepreneur. One of them is an educationist. And in fact, the school my kids are attending is one of his schools. So one of the things they told me in common is that never you live a life of regret. Every single day, live life to your fullest. Live life to your fullest. Don't get to 80 years. They were more than 80 years before they died. Don't get to 80 years and then you look back on your life and regret. And they told me that the things you regret are not the things you've done and made mistakes on. Trust me, most people, they don't regret about their mistakes. They only regret about the things they couldn't do, things they didn't do. That was the advice they gave to me. Dreams they never pursued. Talents and giftings they know they have on the inside, they never allowed it to manifest. They told me, don't live a life of regret. This programming thing is very, very powerful. You must have to create an environment that supports where you are going. You must create, and anytime you set out to do that, I'm going to tell you the truth. A time will come in your life where you may barely have no friends. I'm telling you, it happened to me. You have to now start building quality friends. And sometimes it can come 2 in a year. Sometimes even more in a year. Only acquaintances, work colleagues, 1 in a year, sometimes 2. I'm telling you the truth. You will not have them many. How many of you here have experienced what I'm talking about? Let me see wave your hand. If you experience what I'm talking about, let me see wave your hand, please. If you have experienced it, let me see wave your hand. Where you raise your standards and people cut out of you and they cut it off from your lives. Let me see wave your hand. If you have experienced it. Let me see wave your hand. I hope I'm talking to people here. Let me see wave your hand. If you've experienced it before. Where you raise your standards and you see friends like You know, the people you are chilling with before. In fact, when I joined network marketing, when I started network marketing, I lost a lot of people. They were like, hey, Noni, you've joined them. Hey, you've joined them. All those people that say, bring 2 people, bring 2 people, bring 1 people, bring 1 person, bring 3 people. You've joined them. They laughed at me. A couple of years ago, less than 7 years ago, they laughed at me. What I mean, they laughed at me to scorn. Some of them told me I was reaching out to them because I want to enrich myself. That was how bad it is. But do you know what? I didn't lower my standards. So when we are talking about raising standards, I'm not talking about fighting people. I'm talking about raising the mentality of your mind to a whole new level. When you start becoming more focused, when you start becoming more disciplined, friends will leave you. Get ready for it, because that's exactly what's going to happen to you. If you're in this business, don't forget, what we are doing here is to mentor you to become wealthy. And becoming wealthy is not a path that is being chosen by a lot of people. And it all starts with your programming. Trust me, rich men and wealthy men think differently. I know what I'm telling you. The more I research and read and expose myself, the more I find out that they think differently. See, let me tell you the truth. For the fact you are here today, you are very, very different. Very different from many other persons. Do you know what it means? 8 a.m. in the morning, you're already here to learn. Do you know? Do you know you are among less than 2% of the world populace that can wake up in the morning and commit 1 hour to training? Are you aware? You already have what it takes to succeed and become exceptional in whatever you are doing. You just have to believe it. You just have to believe it. So get ready to raise your standards. Yes. And it all starts with what? Programming. Be conscious of external programming. And it always comes from friends, from family, from your culture, where you're coming from. They will tell you, hey, don't you know our people? What do you mean our people? Media. You go on social media, so many ideologies are being passed across. One of them is you can sit down in your house and you can do something and be making millions. No, you go on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, you see as what they portray there has not to do with hard work and dedication, just about doing one thing like that and you hit money. It's in Igbo language, we call it egombuta. You go and pack the money and come. From your education, there are so many educational principles we've received from our education, primary school, secondary school, university. Trust me, they are highly obsolete. What about association? These are places, avenues through which the mentality of our minds can be affected. Don't forget, we are talking about what? External programming.
Again, you deserve to be treated the way that you allow yourself to be treated. If you're allowing someone to speak negative about you, you deserve to have that happen. And so you have got to have a backbone. Don't have a wishbone where a backbone ought to be. You've got to stand up for yourself and you've got to correct people. I had someone in my life one time when I told them about my goal of going out and being a millionaire and I was going to produce this big organization, and this person laughed like I was just the most ridiculously stupid person in the world. Now, I got mad, and maybe it's, a little bit of that personality coming out, but I remember I had to tell that person, I said, listen, if I love you, but don't ever say something like that about me again, because he laughed and he basically alluded to the fact that that would never happen. And so I just had to tell him not to ever say something like that again about me. And guess what? He didn't. So he respected me from that point on because I respected myself. And there are times when you may have to have a season of separation. There may be, people in your life who you love and care about. And I've got people in my life that I love and care about, but I just don't spend that much time with them because I can't afford to have negative negative forces externally programming me, because I know the law of association is true. And sometimes that external programming, it may be someone as close to you as your spouse. And there may be, times when you've got to stand up for yourself and you have to just say to them, listen, I love you with all my heart. And I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm not asking you to build this business with me, but what I am asking you to do is respect me. What I am asking you to do is not speak negative to me. I married you because I want a partner who's going to support me in going after my goals and my dreams. Can I count on you for that? And see, if you don't have those crucial conversations, they will just not respect you until you stand up for yourself and respect yourself. Now, the third way that you're programmed, and this is by far the most powerful way that you're programmed, it's your internal programming. It's what you say and what you think about yourself. And the way the mind works, it almost works like a computer. You know, every keystroke on your computer gets registered in a registry. And it's the same thing. Every thought, everything that you say gets registered into your mind. And now, I'm not going to go through the depths of this right now. I could create a whole another course on, programming of the mind, but you've got your conscious mind and you've got your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is infinitely more powerful than your conscious mind. And your subconscious mind, think of that as your identity. Your identity, it's who you are, or better stated, it's who you really
think
what you really believe you deserve to have. And the way that my programming, the way it worked, what I really believed about myself was that I was a hard worker. That was a good thing. I believed I was a hard worker, but I was also not the sharpest tool in the shed. I felt like I was too young to do network marketing. And I was broke. I was a bad communicator, and I was shy. I had all of these things that I was constantly professing to myself, and I was thinking about myself, and a lot of times saying to myself, and I would say things like, gosh, why am I so broke? And listen, what I learned is the quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So every time I ask myself, why am I so broke? Or why am I such an idiot? Then your subconscious mind has to come up with an answer. And that's not an answer that you want to have. That's not a question that you want to create an answer for. And so here's the thing. Your subconscious does not understand the difference between a truth and a lie. It simply acts upon the programming given to it to carry out actions and results based on the identity that the subconscious creates. And so realize you are a sum total of what you have said and thought about yourself over all of the years. And
let me say that again. Let's recite that again. You are a sum total of what you've said and thought about yourself. I've seen people that always will never see anything good in their lives. And let me tell you something here about our mind. When you question your mind of your inabilities, not your inabilities, when you question yourself of inabilities, you will surely see reasons of being inadequate. I'll say it again. For example, I'm not good with talking to people. Why am I not good with talking to people? Trust me, your mind will give you reasons why you are not good to talk to people. Because that's the question you're asking yourself. Yes. When you say things like, oh, why is my family so poor? Why am I so poor? Let me tell you the truth. Your mind will find you excuses and reasons why you are so poor. And guess what? That's where you settle. When you are on default, what I mean on default is this. There is always this moment in life where you just catch yourself thinking some thoughts. What kind of thoughts do you think unconsciously about yourself? They are very powerful. If you're always thinking negative things about yourself, never seeing yourself flying high, never seeing yourself among the top. I'm always thinking about when I'm going to have a team of 500,000, of 300,000, of 1 million. Come on. I'm always thinking that. How to achieve things bigger. When you came in the morning, Ray, what the first thing I said? Well, there's something about the M Global business, right? As I told myself there is something bigger out there. There is something bigger out there. If you don't constantly think that about yourself, I'm sorry, you are going down. The internal programming, what you think and say about yourself, it's more powerful than you can ever imagine. Madam Promise, in Itiambo, yeah, you are supposed to be inducted today. I can see you over there on video, madam. I can see you over there. I thought it was a man. Okay. Oh, all right. So, ma'am, make sure you stay put. Okay. Make sure you stay connected for your induction. All right. So let's continue with the training.
Because I grew up always being poor. I grew up with, a mom working 2 and 3 jobs to work her way through college and work her way through law school. And, my mom is a huge inspiration for me because by the time I got to high school, she actually got her law degree. She became an attorney. She's actually a judge today. And so she's a huge inspiration for me. And here's what happened is when she became an attorney and I was in high school, she still had to work a part-time job selling cosmetics in the mall, even though she was an attorney, because she got a job as basically an entry-level attorney and wasn't making a great income. She wanted to live in a nice neighborhood so she could send me to a good school. And so my programming was no matter how hard you work, no matter what you go through, money is hard to come by. Now, there's no real truth to that other than that's what I experienced and that's what I took on to be true. And so that's what I was always saying to myself, gosh, I'm so broke. And every time I said, gosh, I'm so broke, it became even more of my identity. So even though I didn't want those results, I was actually forcing myself to be broke because of what I was saying about myself. So we're literally hung by the tongue. And so what you have to do is you have to discipline your thoughts and your words. And this is an ongoing process. I have understood this for, well over 10 years, around 15 years. I've really understood this. And I still today have to catch myself. And, I still today have to, when I say something or think something disempowering, then I have to change that and say, wow, that's not like me at all. Normally I am XYZ, something positive. So you have to stop saying I'm so broke and you have to start telling yourself I'm so wealthy. Now, it's kind of like fake it till you make it. I don't believe at all in fake it till you make it, as in telling other people you're having more success than you are. I'm never lie, never say anything like that. You don't fake it till you make it with other people, but you fake it till you make it with yourself. And
perfect.
The science of the mind says that
let's see. Let's put it as in, I love this. People that say, oh, don't fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it is wrong when it's about comparing yourself with others and when it's about other people. But let me tell you, fake it until you make it is 100% right if you are doing that about yourself. Let me give you a perfect example. You make a mistake and you were careless on some things and you made a mistake. Let me tell you the worst that can happen to you is to keep calling yourself a careless person. You keep calling yourself a careless person. Trust me, you will go down the drain more and more. For sure. I know what I'm saying. But listen to me carefully. If you made a mistake in your job, okay, you're supposed to close a client on a particular way, and then you made a mistake and you didn't close that client properly. Let me tell you what you need to do. You need to tell yourself, I'm a good closer. I'm just getting better. If you don't keep telling yourself you're a good closer, you're someone that can close on people, you are someone that can present to people the business properly, and you are just learning and perfecting each and every passing day. Instead, you go back and start telling yourself, I think I'm wrong for this business. Do you understand the difference now? It depends on you. It depends. I've had trainings, business meetings where nobody registered into the business. And there's every tendency to feel very frustrated. But are we not? Yes. I will just ask myself a few things. Why didn't they register? I'm going to question myself. And then I'm then going to go back and tell myself, okay, now I've learned better. If I meet this kind of people next time, this is what I'm going to do. Wow, I'm so happy. Now, my happiness will be that now I have grown. Now I know much better. I know much more and better on how to handle this set of people. Not to come and condemn myself saying, hi, I don't think this business is easy. I don't think it is for me. I don't think I can ever succeed in this business. Avoid every temptation to put yourself down. Avoid every temptation. So you must have to consciously, nobody will do this for you. You must have to consciously discipline your thoughts. Become conscious of your own thoughts, the thoughts you have about yourself. Be conscious of the words you use on yourself. Very important and vital.
Conscious does not understand the difference between a truth and a lie. So what I'm saying essentially is lie to yourself about who you want to become. And so here's the thing. I told myself I was a multimillionaire thousands and thousands of times before I ever had the results. And so instead of saying I'm broke, you start saying I'm wealthy. Instead of saying, why am I such an idiot? You say, why am I such a genius? And you just correct yourself on the spot. Now, it was hard for me because I was so conditioned to do that. I did it over and over and over. So you have to be mindful of that. You've got to be disciplined about what you say and what you think about yourself. And so let's carry on. Beliefs. The key to momentum in network marketing is all about belief. It's belief in network marketing. It's belief in your company. It's belief in yourself. It's even belief about other people. It's belief about the world. It's a belief about a lot of other things. And, what you have to always be mindful of is if you believe that network marketing doesn't work, it's never going to work for you. If you believe that, your company doesn't have good recruiting tools, they're never going to work for you. If you don't believe that you're a powerful leader, you will never become one. And so again, but everything, in your success, your momentum is always going to come from belief. And so you've got to be, again, conscious to your constant programming. Next is your beliefs about yourself. And, Brian Tracy's quote, never say anything about yourself that you don't want to become true. Why did he say that? He said that because everything you say about yourself makes it more true. And, it's what do you believe about other people? Now, do you believe people are naturally lazy? Or do you believe people are naturally ambitious in their hearts? See, I believe people are naturally ambitious at their hearts. And because I programmed myself to believe that, then that manifests itself. I have a lot more people that come around me who are very motivated and ambitious because that's what I believe about other people. If you are just always saying, well, people are so lazy, then that's what's going to manifest in your life. Now, I've built businesses all over the world, in every country just about that I've ever done business in. I've spoken to audiences in about 25 to 30 countries around the world, and people are always pulling me aside and they're saying, Matt, you don't understand people in Singapore. You don't understand people in Malaysia. They don't like network marketing. You don't understand people in South Africa. They don't have a strong work ethic. You don't understand people in Barbados. They think network marketing is a scam. And here's the bottom line is people are people. I don't care where you are in the world. I've had massive momentum in the worst economy in the world. I've had massive momentum in one of the best economies of the world. I've had where I just couldn't get my business to take off in amazing economies and bad economies. And it just all boils down to the leadership. It all boils down to the people who have the proper programming. And what do you believe about the world? Is the world an amazingly great place? Does everything happen for a reason? Yes, I personally believe everything happens for a reason. What's your belief about money? Is money hard to come by? And if you believe that, if you're thinking money is hard to come by, it's going to be hard to come by for you. And so what you've got to start telling yourself, even if it's not spoken, even if it's just your thought, you essentially lie to your subconscious and you start saying money flows to me easily. Money is always flowing to me. I manifest money at will. What's your belief about success? Are you destined for success? Are you born for success? And if you haven't been programmed that way, those are some of the affirmations that you want to start creating for yourself, is that I was born a champion. And now, because I really understand this, now with my children. I have an 18-month-old son, a 4-year-old daughter, and a 5-year-old daughter. And I'm aware of that external programming. And so what I'm always telling them, if I ask them, what does it mean to be a Morris? They say it means I'm a champion. I'm programming them early on to have those, positive beliefs about themselves, positive beliefs about their family. And, what do you believe about network marketing? That is a killer. If you've got a negative belief about network marketing, that's going to lead to negative results. Now, in another module, I'm going to cover network marketing, and I'm going to give you a rock solid belief on network marketing. And it's a lot of information that I don't care if you've been in network marketing for 10 years, you are going to want to have this information because you're going to want to be armed to train your people on it and prospects when they have negatives. And so here's the 3-step process to change. Number one, it's awareness of what your belief system is. And, you have to look at yourself. And if you don't understand yourself, how can you expect to understand other people? You got to know yourself before you can really know other people. So you got to have awareness. And so once you're aware of the negative beliefs that you've been having and the negative thoughts and the negative statements that have been coming out of your mind and your mouth, step number 2 to change, it's understanding that the negative belief is nothing more than a lie. See, if you look at the middle 3 letters of belief, it's L-I-E. Beliefs are nothing more than lies we made up. Now, I'm not saying to any of the positive things or religious beliefs that you have, I'm not saying to discard those. I'm saying if it empowers you, you take those beliefs in, you accept them as reality, you accept them as truths. But the negative beliefs, the I'm not smart enough, I'm too shy, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm the wrong color, I'm the wrong religion, I'm not a people person, I'm not charismatic, I'm not a salesperson. That's all a lie that you've made up based on experiences that you've had, based on external programming, based on internal programming. It is a lie. We just make it up based on those things. And so once you realize that the negative beliefs that you've had about yourself are not true, it's just something that you've made up, you just created out of thin air. See, nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. Then you can go to step number 3 and you can replace the negative with positive. Now, if you failed in network marketing for 5 years, get excited, because what that means is that you are an amazing network marketer because you know what not to do. You got 5 years of building a foundation. You got a really deep foundation. You are ready to take off. So instead of saying, I'm so broke, you start saying, I'm so wealthy. And it will be weird for you. It was weird for me, lying to myself, lying to my own subconscious. I consider myself to be a super honest, ethical person who tells the truth. It's one of it, it's like a family value of ours is to always tell the truth. And so, when I'm saying I'm a multimillionaire to myself, it was just incongruent. But what I had to do was realize if I wanted to change my belief system about myself, I wanted to change my identity, which is going to manifest itself in my results, I had to replace the negative with a positive. Again, I told myself I was a millionaire thousands of times before I ever had the results. And so once you get your beliefs right, then that leads to feelings, that leads to the motivation. And see, motivation exists when there's a difference between the results you're experiencing and the results you truly believe you should be experiencing based on your identity. See, there's this law of consistency and commitment. And the law of consistency and commitment says that you will be amazingly committed and consistent to creating the results that you believe you deserve to have. And so, that's motivation. So if you're making $50,000 a year, but you genuinely, in your heart, you really believe your identity is that of someone who earns $100,000 a year, you're going to be naturally motivated to get to $100,000 a year. Now, you can also have negative motivation, and this happens with people who, they end up having some success in network marketing. They get to $100,000 a year, but they didn't work on themselves. They didn't work on their belief system. They didn't change their identity. And so they're making $100,000 a year, and they end up sabotaging themselves, and they end up getting back to the $50,000 a year at their job because they didn't see themselves as an entrepreneur. They didn't see themselves as a leader of other people. And so what are the feelings that you want to have happen? Number one, motivation always comes from your belief. You got to get yourself to believe you are the person who deserves to become a millionaire. That is who you are. Natural motivation kicks in. Those feelings kick in. Now, you also program yourself with the feelings that you want to have. And so here are some that I have for myself. Number one is having fun. I'm always having fun. Why am I always having fun? Because I'm telling myself I'm always having fun. I say that all the time. And so while a lot of people might be miserable in one experience, I smile. I'm having a blast because I'm programming myself to have a blast. You want to program yourself that you are committed. You want to program yourself that you have a sense of urgency when it comes to building this business. You want to program yourself that you are a happy person. Program yourself that you're excited, that you're positive, that you have a massive desire to win. And that's something that I'll just say all the time. I'll just say, I am overflowing with desire. I've got so much desire. I just can't stand not to produce at a high level. And guess why I typically produce at a high level? It's because I'm always telling myself I have a huge desire to do that. Tell yourself you're motivated. And here's one, that you love every minute of it. It's funny, when I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, this is something that, it's a programming piece that has been important for me, because there's been times where I have not loved every minute of it. And times where I've had to lie to myself. I've been in not great situations, but I've had to just tell myself, program myself, say this out loud, think it as I'm loving every minute of it. And when I went to climb Kilimanjaro, I said, I'm going to put this to a test. And I'm going to just tell myself, whenever I know there's going to be struggle, I know it's going to be hard. Whenever I'm having struggles, I'm going to tell myself I am loving every minute of it. And what is fascinating, this helped me get through it. Ended up with altitude sickness. And if you've ever had altitude sickness, it is not any fun. It is, you feel totally lethargic, no energy at all. Every step is painful. You are nauseous, you're throwing up, you have a splitting headache. It feels like your brain is, splitting out of your skull. Your motivation, kicks off. I mean, it's just not a lot of fun. And so I got altitude sickness the day before the summit, and I was feeling pretty miserable. And then, you know what? I caught myself feeling miserable. And in the midst of feeling miserable, I said, I'm going to program myself. And I said, I'm loving every minute of this. I love this. And, it didn't necessarily get rid of the headache, but it made dealing with the headache a lot easier. It didn't get rid of the nausea, but it made dealing with the nausea a lot better. And so one of the other things here is having gratitude. And feeling gratitude when you have negative things happen. And when I had altitude sickness, I said, number one, I'm going to love every minute of it. I'm going to cherish this experience, because I believe that everything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I believe that pain is weakness leaving the body. Now, is there any truth to that? No, I just made it up. It's a belief system that empowers me. It makes me stronger. And so I choose to believe that what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. No truth to it. I just choose to believe it. Why? Because I can. And so I thank God. Said, God, thank you for giving me altitude sickness, because I know victory would not be as sweet if I didn't have to go through this. God, thank you for this. And you know what? I woke up the next day and summited the mountain, made it to the top. And, now I'm grateful for the altitude sickness. I'm grateful for that experience. And, another one is just feeling confident. I think one of the key pieces of having huge success, being able to recruit, being able to attract other people to you, is being confident. Now, how do you be confident? Well, number one, tell yourself you're confident. You are going to be confident to the degree that you tell yourself you're confident. You know how to be confident, you act confident. You know how to be happy, you act happy. See, I smile. People always comment that I smile all the time. They're like, Matt, you're on stage, and even when you're speaking, you're smiling. You just always smile. And people are asking me, how do you do that? And I said, well, it's simple. I just decide to smile all the time because it makes me happy. I feel happy when I smile. I don't smile because I'm happy. I'm happy because I smile. As I'm, climbing up Kilimanjaro, for instance. Again, there were times where I was feeling really tired, really lethargic, and it would be easy to lower my head and be like, oh, this is miserable. But what I did instead is I smiled. I just consciously made myself smile, and that made me feel happier. That made me feel better about the process. Now, the next thing is activity. Feelings lead to activities. And so, again, the simple daily disciplines, it's committing yourself that you're going to make 2-3 calls a day every day, that you're going to do some type of action every day that's going to move you forward in business. And there's been times in my career where, I wasn't blitzing, I wasn't all in, but every day I was doing something towards my success that would make me a better person, that would advance my income, that would advance my wealth, that would advance my lifestyle. And then the next one is the law of compressed activity. And I'm going to talk more about the law of compressed activity later. But the law of compressed activity says that the effort that you put in a compressed amount of time is going to pay you way more money than the same amount of effort put in over an extended period of time. So, as an example, if you're going to enroll 30 people, if you enroll 30 people in 1 month, that's going to earn you way more money than you enrolling 30 people over the course of a year. If you carry out your income over 5 years, you're going to earn way more money doing that in a 30-day time frame because of the law of compressed activity, because you set the bar for your team. And again, we'll talk more about that later. But what you lack in skill, you make up for in numbers. And I remember when I really got committed to network marketing, and I decided I was going to be a professional, and then I was going to work as hard as it took. My level of skill was not real high. And my mentor, my sponsor in this company, he was on a scale of 1 to 10. I believe he was a 10. I mean,
we're going to stop here for today. We're going to stop here for today. Tomorrow we finish it up and get into the training we're going to do tomorrow. We'll finish this one. We'll be creating a powerful you. How many of you've been enjoying, getting back to the foundation for success in network marketing in our business? How many of you have been enjoying the foundational training? Can I see you wave your hand, please? If you're enjoying the training, can I see you wave your hand? All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So this is the time for induction. We have someone new in our midst today, in the person of Madam Promise, in Itambo. Okay. That should either be, let me guess, that should be either a Benin name, that's Edo State's name, or I think a Huayebon name. I don't know, a Huayebon or Cross River. It must be these three. I don't know, but let me guess. Madam Promise, please, can you kindly unmute yourself? Let me know where you are connecting from, and let me know whether I guessed rightly. Okay, you can go ahead and unmute yourself right away. I just sent you the notification to unmute yourself. Okay, let me know where you're connecting from. Yeah, you're going to see the notification on your screen to unmute yourself. Let me know whether I guessed right. Okay. Press the button on your screen. Press the button on your screen. Yeah, you are up now. So, Madam Promise, where are you from?
I'm actually from Delta State. I'm married to a Edo State person, so that's the name. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. So, you are an entrepreneur, or you have a paid job?
Actually, I have a day job.
You have a paid job.
So today happens to be a public holiday in my area, so I had to make good use of it this morning.
Beautiful. So, who connected you to this business? Who connected you here?
Yeah, I got the invite from Mrs. Chinyere, Victor Chinyere.
Okay. Mrs. Chinyere Victor.
Chinyere Victor.
Chinyere Victor is in Lagos. I'm correct?
Yes, she is.
And you are still in Lagos, or you are in Lagos, or in?
No, I am in Delta.
You are in Delta State. Okay, so
yes.
I want to ask you a simple question. I want to be very, very, very unconventional today. So my question goes this way. what really made you take the step or make the decision? What was that thing? If you are asked, what is that one thing that made you say, you know what, I want to be part of this project? What would you say? Less than 10 seconds.
Okay, training and the freedom it gives, the time freedom. So I love training, and I believe that at the end of the training or continuous training, it will bring out the best in me. And then the freedom it gives, the regular job that eats up the whole of your time. So I hope to do this full time in the nearest future.
Wow, this is phenomenal. This is great. This is great. I always have a lot of respect for people that have this mentality of working more on themselves than they work on their job. That is actually the gateway to true freedom. When true equity is yourself. That's true equity. You know why? What you've become or what you've developed yourself to be, it's something that cannot be taken away from you. I always tell people, if you throw me into a stage where I know no one, I don't have anybody, I don't know anybody, I'm still going to create millions. Do you know why? Who I've become, the skills, the potentials that I've developed, the talents I've put to use, the experiences. That's real equity. That's the real investment. And that is why I tell people the best place to invest your money is in yourself. Trust me, the money you invest in yourself will give you more. We'll talk about investment. We're talking about what? Proceeds. We're talking about interest. We're talking about, how would I put it again? Benefits. The benefits you will have investing in this person called yourself pays you much more than any investment you will ever make. For example, let me give you a particular example. Some persons, they invest 1 million naira buying a land. You buy a land, 1 million. After 10 years, the land is worth 10 million naira. You take the 1 million naira, invest in yourself, invest in education. I get what I'm saying? Now, investing in yourself puts you in a place where now you are able to develop a skill that can pay you 1 million naira in a month. That's after 5 years. 1 million naira in a month after 5 years. Guess how much you generate every year? 12 million. The remaining 10 years, the remaining 5 years, how much have you generated? 60 million naira. And then you keep increasing on that. That's what people don't know. Whenever you don't invest in yourself, you are actually cheating yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So I buy a lot of books. I attend trainings. I stay up in the night and I'm watching videos. The best investment you will ever make is not the one you put in your bank account. It's not the one you put, in business. Please put money in your business. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. How many books have you bought? That's why I laugh at those that miss millionaire school. You are missing millionaire school every day. You are not building yourself. Some of you here have given out books you have to read. How many of you have finished my first year in network marketing? How many have finished GoPro? Some of you are still waiting for me to tell you the page to read on your 14 invaluable laws of growth. You are waiting for me to tell you the pages to read. Come on. You don't even know what you are doing to yourself. You are actually sabotaging yourself. Never you forget this. The best investment you will ever make is in yourself. Houses can get lost. Trust me. Government can wake up in the morning and they release one policy that will destroy every building of God. I'm telling you, you're a farmer. You can have natural disaster. I'm telling you, hit on your farm. I told us of something that happened last year. One aspect of my business, we had a government agency that brought out one rule like that, and it shut down almost 80% of my operation. But do you know practically that last year, by God's special grace, net-wise, in our business in global alone, I made over 13 million. In my first account, my personal account, I made over 13 million. Then in all my accounts, I made over 18 million. Check that. Only in our business alone. So watch. And in other businesses, I also make good money. Watch. What enabled me to make good money last year? What made me to make good money last year was not because I'm just in global business. it was because of who I have become over the years. I've become someone that knows how to adapt. I've become someone that knows, that understands that life is about changes. I guess what I'm saying. I had to do what? Switch myself. I had to find better ways and new ways to do my business. That is who you become in the process. So success is not so much about how much you earn. It's about who you become through the process. So while you are doing the business, Madam Promise, the real equity, your real gain is who you become through the process, because that cannot be taken away from you. I'm a good entrepreneur, and I'm mentoring you, and I'm mentoring everybody here to become great entrepreneurs. And that is real equity. What I have gained in this business as a skill, I have put it and applied it in many other businesses I am doing, and I've excelled. Business principle remains business principles. You can apply it in many other areas of your life and your businesses, and you will excel. I hardly start anything that I don't succeed at. Let me say it again. I hardly start anything right now that I will succeed at. Do you know why? I've built equity. I've invested in myself. And every single day, I spend more time investing in myself. So, Madam Promise, thank you so much for being part of RDI family. One more question for you before we close the meeting. Actually, the meeting is supposed to close at 9 a.m. on the dot. What you have started with us, is it a business or an investment?
It's actually a business, not an investment.
Okay. Why do you say so?
Yeah, it's a business because I'm building with the structure of RDI. I'm not building on my own structure. I'm building with a system. So to take time and I work with it. It's not an investment. Myself, I'm a global personality. I'm a global entrepreneur. I'm an educationist. And with the vehicle of RDI, I believe I will be better off. I'll reach out to more persons.
No, you're phenomenal. No. I've inducted a lot of people. What do you say? I've inducted people. No. Your answers are exquisite. And I must have to applaud you on that. I don't know how to keep things to myself. Seriously. No. You keep this kind of mindset. You keep this kind of mindset. I'm going to tell you something here. Okay? You know, we have people in RDI and we have to tell them you are a leader. Everyone has born to be a leader. The truth is this, each and every one of us here is a leader. It's just for us, we bring it to people's consciousness, okay, so that they can start taking steps. But I don't even need to do that to you. That's why I asked you, who are you? No, I'm surprised. Really, Mr. Churchill, you're asking me, Noni, are you surprised? Yeah, I'm surprised. Very, very surprised. That's why I asked you, who are you? Because I can sense people when they talk so easily. I want to let you know, with this mentality of mind you've got, you know, if you understand business and entrepreneurship, I listen to you. You said, you have to work with RDI systems and then structures, and you already have the right mentality. So I've seen a lot of people, they come into our business and they are running off with things they know, their experiences, things that have never worked, instead of sitting down and understanding the structure and the system that have created millionaires in the business and then working with it. And there is an important factor you brought in. In fact, that's one of the most important factors, and that is time. You said, yeah, you're going to spend some time, you're going to work it over time, and it's going to work. That's why I asked you who you are. Thank you so much, Madam Promise. I want to let you know that we are happy. I'm happy to have you in our team, and we have different levels of growth and development, leadership in RDI, and I hope earnestly to see you at the topmost level of RDI. Yes, there are different levels of leadership. We have the Rising Star mentors, we have the influential mentors, the global mentors, and the rest of them. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. You are full of potential. As of now, in our business, maybe you must have achieved a lot of results out there, but in our business, what I can see right now for me right now is great potential. And I really want to say this. I'm glad to be your trainer and your coach, because what makes great coaches is that they have great players, great team members. Great team members and great followers makes great leaders, okay, and great coaches. So I pray that your journey with us is going to be that of greatness in your life. Thank you so much for being part of us. Our goal this year, or rather our vision this year, is becoming great leaders that drive change. That's our vision for the year, and that is what we are living and developing and building ourselves towards achieving. The Millionaire School runs from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday. So ensure you are always here, Monday to Friday. Okay, anyone we miss, ask for the recorded video. It will be sent to you. All right, you'll be added to the Success Addictor WhatsApp group. Now, Madam Chinyere, please, at the end of the day, you are meant to call her and direct her on how to structure her Millionaire School notes. All right, it's very, very important. So, Madam Promise, make sure you're always with us in the Millionaire School. That is where we mentor you and train you on the system and the structures that will allow you to succeed in the business. All right, God bless you. Now, please, to everyone, I need you to unmute yourselves right away so that we can have our vision statement declaration. Unmute yourselves quickly. Unmute yourselves, everyone.
Becoming a great leader that drives change.
All right, put your hand on your chest.
I'm becoming a great leader that drives change.
I love the way Mr. Churchill is screaming it out. Scream it out and tell yourself, I'm becoming a great leader that drives change.
I'm becoming a great leader that deserves change.
Say it again as if you mean it. I'm becoming a great leader that
drives change.
God bless you real good. See you today, 7:30 p.m. Don't forget, we are having the economy designer launching tonight, 7:30 p.m. Love you all.
My question,